What's up, guys? Matt Brown here, FootballLines.com. Let's talk a little Arnold Palmer over at Bay Hill. We're still in Florida this week. We're looking here at a par 72, a little under 7,500 yards for this one. Water coming into play on 9 of the holes. We got 84 bunkers this week. Bermuda fairways, Bermuda greens as well. So if you're looking for putting stats, you're going to look for Bermuda putters, Bermuda guys. These greens are about 7,500 square feet, so pretty big greens as well. They average 7,500, so we're going to be seeing guys should be hitting greens as so long as the wind doesn't get crazy out of hand, and that's going to be the big story this week is just how bad is this wind going to be. You're really going to need to check this up until late Wednesday night and try and figure out, how the wind situation might actually play out over at Bay Hill, because if it gets wild, which it does look like it could get wild, then you're going to want to look at guys that typically have played well in the wind, or at least have some sort of wind experience in all of this. Guys, if you want the full breakdown, head over to lines.com. John Hasselbauer has an awesome write-up preview of the course and all the different things that you'll need to know as you either are picking your players or building models or whatever it might be this week, but link down below in the description. Right here, we'll take a look at the odds board. You can see super short odds for Rahm, McIlroy, Scheffler. You can see how that is kind of playing out here. Homa's on fire, so you see his odds are pretty short as well. Will Zalatoris opened in the 30-ish range, bet down to what you see on your screen right here. So he is really down to kind of that 18 to 22 range. So he is really getting a bunch of money as we speak. And look, as we come down, Tony Finau doesn't play a bunch of Florida golf, so I'm not really hot on him this week. Justin Thomas just hasn't been playing well. I mean, you're getting a 31 to 1 on Justin Thomas, which is just as wild, but I mean, guy just hasn't been playing all that great this week. You can find as high as 30 on Victor Hovland, and so that is a guy where we will start with my shortest shot on my card this week is, in fact, Victor Hovland. Look, he was really close to winning this event last year. It is one of those things where you take a look and you try and break down, okay, what did he do? What did he do well? What did he do poorly? And really, it was just a blow up in the final round. That's all it was. And I mean, there are people that could argue with me and say that, yeah, well, he tends to have kind of these blow up holes, and that's why his win equity isn't incredibly high. But, this is a multiple time winner. And so I'm going to go ahead and back a guy here who, again, I think he's not that far off. I honestly think he's not that far off with everything. And listen, his downfall has always been his chipping, his short game around the green. Well, they grew up the rough around the greens here, so he's not having to chip off tight lies. He should have a little bit of fluff underneath the ball and should help even out a bad chipper. And he actually is a under the radar pretty good putter as well. And so when I ran my model, he was just really, really high in pretty much every version of the model that I ran. And listen, you need to score on the par fives here. He's par five scorer. There's just a lot of things to like about Victor Hovland this week. And again, he's got to avoid those couple of blow up holes. And if he can do that, I really do think that he's a dude that we can look at this week. Right behind him, Tyrrell Hatton is another guy that was just popping in all of my models this week. And so Tyrrell Hatton also making the card for me this week. If you take a look, he's inside the top 40 in just about every single one of the categories that I was looking at this week: off the tee, around the green, distance, fairways, proximity, all the different stuff like that I was looking at. Tyrrell Hatton does make the card for me as well. Matt Fitzpatrick also on the card. You'll see I just skipped all of the short shot guys here. It's such a loaded field, and maybe an opportunity presents itself in tournament to get in one of those guys, but just not going to be my strategy as we head into this one. I've been saving Fitzpatrick for a tournament like this. I want a guy who's a grind. This is the type of tournament, this is the type of course, and maybe these conditions with all the stuff that's going on could be exactly what I was looking for Fitzpatrick, a guy that likes to grind. He's not going to win these tournaments that play at 23, 24, 25 under. He needs these tournaments that play at 6, 7, 8, stuff like that. And so really do like Fitzpatrick this week. Checks really all the boxes that I was looking for outside of kind of his very, very recent approach stuff. But I think that's more of an anomaly. His long-term approach stuff is obviously elite. And so that's more where I'm looking at with this week. Going a little bit further down the board, Tommy Fleetwood, a guy that made my card. And look at this. You can kind of see like the varying. He's down at 60 here, but you can get him at 70. Where are we at with us? At FanDuel, you can get him at 70. So you can see just the varying odds. And as always, we shop around odds, golf, Arnold Palmer Invitational odds, as you see right there on your screen. So be sure and use our shopper. And right there, I mean, listen, it's just Fleetwood. Again, a guy that's won overseas, has played in these type of conditions, has played in less suboptimal wind conditions as well. And a dude that's pretty good on these grinder courses as well. Like, I just like these guys that play tough, grinding golf well. And if you look at the results, and Fleetwood really checks the boxes on all of those for us this week. The final guy is Gary Woodland here. And these numbers come down. People have been betting Gary Woodland. He was up in the triple digits, now down, the highest you can find is 90. But a guy that has contended here before, a guy that if you look over here recently has started to play some better golf. And I think that if you look at, and you start to kind of look at the longer term stuff, and then you look at the shorter term, the middle-ish range, you can find some stuff that falls off with Gary Woodland. But if you look at the super long term, and then if you look at the more recent stuff, Gary Woodland, a dude that has really, really started to come on here. And I want to catch him before these, triple digits and 90s and stuff are 60s and 50s, so I'm trying to kind of get ahead of Gary Woodland really putting everything all together here. Again, another guy that just checks a ton of the boxes here. A lot of off the tee stuff that I like here with him. And again, the stuff recently in the other categories I was looking at is starting to trend upwards. And that's kind of what I'm looking at with Gary Woodland this week. I do have some placement market bets as well. Top 5 on Rory McIlroy, top 10 on Keith Mitchell. I got a top 20 on Ricky Fowler, who, by the way, just was short-term stuff has been popping in all of the models, by the way. I mean, I think that this swing change and getting back with his old swing coach, Butch Harmon, like I think that this stuff's here for real. I think this stuff's here to stay. So top 20 on Ricky Fowler, and then a top 40 on Christian Bezuidenhout. Kind of rounds out the card for me this week. If I add anything, you can find it over in our Discord. So we are putting our full cards over on the Discord. So you see up here, upper right-hand corner, that's the Discord button. Come get in on the chat over there as well. And of course, you'll get everybody's card, not only mine, but Hasselbauer's. And then if Brett or Steven or anybody else has any plays, you can get those. Tyler, all of them, put their plays in the Discord as well. So be sure and head over there and take in what they are putting in. Look, we've been on a heater here. We've been all over the season so far this week. So hopefully we can keep things rocking and rolling from a golf betting standpoint. So again, full breakdown though. Read John's stuff over on the lines. That's where you want to be. The links in the description below. So be sure and check all of that stuff out, and you can get the full stuff, full breakdown over on the Discord. Guys, as always, everything we do absolutely free. So please subscribe, rate, review. Do appreciate all of your help. And please, in the comment section, let us know what's going on, who you betting this week. Give us a thumbs up so this video can climb up the rankings as well. Good luck on all your bets here at the API.